Hi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. As you all know, we're going into fall. Why not? Because I'm sure you know that the Gilmore Girls show is running crazy right now because it gives everyone fall vibes. And I am a intense viewer, lover, all of that for Gilmore Girls. I was gonna wear these, but I can't wear both of them. It just wasn't working on my jacket. I also am indecisive. I don't know if I'm Team Logan, Jess, or Dean. I know I'm not Dean. Oh, I know. He was a great first boyfriend in the beginning, but anyways, I will not go on that tangent. Actually, let me know, who's your favorite Rory boyfriend? I have to know. And with that, I thought, what better way to start off my little fall than to do the Rory Gilmore reading challenge. Let's just see how many of these books I have read, and I'm gonna screen record and pop it up somewhere so that you can see what I'm seeing. Alrighty, so screen record, let's see. Okay, so the first book on the list, 1984, I've read it. I actually read it when I first found out about this list, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I didn't get very far. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was required reading in middle school, and I am not counting that because I don't remember anything, and I'm pretty sure I spark noted a lot of it. Ooh, Angela's Ashes. I read this past June, and whoa, that is very, very sad, but it was so good. Anna Karenina I have read. I read with my friend Jen. I'll link her channel. Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, I have read in high school. Whole Row I have not read. Atonement I read because of this list when I first found out about it, and then I'm actually thinking of rereading it. I just recently rewatched the movie, so I need some time because it's not uplifting. Bel Canto I read. The Bell Jar, yes, I have read. Brave New World, actually my favorite dystopian novel that I have ever read. I read it for a college class, and it baffled me on how many things have happened since that author wrote that have come to fruition, if that's the right word, life. Catcher in the Rye, yep. Ooh, okay, so The Count of Monte Cristo. I read the abridged version, and I didn't know it was the abridged version until it was done and over. I don't know if I'm ever going to actually read the real one. I guess I'll leave it unchecked because abridged doesn't count, does it, guys? Ooh, this page is bad. Oh, the Da Vinci Code, yay, I got one. Woo, I got one. Did it. I have no feelings towards it. It's been at least a decade. Death of a Salesman I read in high school. I just recently read The Devil in the White City, and I don't have a lot of feelings about it. Ooh, here we go. Okay, another one on this page. Ethan Frome. Loved it. Read it a year ago, 2 years ago. Thought it was phenomenal. Actually, I read it from the library, and now I want to own it. I think I want to reread it. That's how good it was. So, and it's a tiny one. You can knock it out in a few days. If you're not a quick reader, like me, I'm not quick. I know that I read Fahrenheit 451, and I cannot remember anything, so I need to reread that. I'm not going to count it. I read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas last summer. Wow. Fiddler on the Roof, I didn't know it was a book. Fountainhead, yes. Mwah. Chef's Kiss. Ayn Rand, I like her writing. I've read 2 of her books, and I like them so far. Franny and Zoe I thought was better than Catcher in the Rye. Loved it. I know that's like a red flag, but I like J.D. Salinger's writing. Girl Interrupted I read, and I watched the movie afterwards. It's sad girl. Not a lot to... I've read The Great Gatsby I've read The Great Gatsby like 3 or 4 times. High school, just on my own after high school, and then again in college, and I'm sure I've picked it up since then. I've only read the first Harry Potter, and that's The Sorcerer's Stone. I've seen all the movies and I love it. Fun fact, I'm a Hufflepuff. Well, I was a Hufflepuff, and then the last few times that I've tested myself, I'm Ravenclaw, and I prefer to be Ravenclaw. I'm sorry, Hufflepuffs. High Fidelity, I read recently. I didn't really care for it. Hal, I have read. I've read How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I listened to It Takes a Village by Hillary Clinton, and it was really fascinating because she wrote it, I want to say in the 90s, and a lot of it still rings true today. And Jane Eyre, I read it for college, loved it, want to reread it. I might actually reread it soon. There's so many books that I want to reread. The Lottery, great short story. I read it in high school, I read it in college, I read it for a book club. It was like, they called it a reading club. It used to be out where I live. Since then, it has not happened anymore. But if you want a really quick read that's a short story, definitely check out The Lottery. Lovely Bones, I have read multiple times. I just finished Me Talk Pretty one day. I listened to it. It was read by David Sedaris. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people that like it. Metamorphosis, I've read. It's another shorter story that I highly suggest, and then it's so fun to read it because then you'll start hearing it brought up in pop culture. It's one of my favorite things about this list is that the more you read of this list, the more you'll catch it. Not only in the show, but just day-to-day life, you'll start seeing references, hearing references, and you're like, oh, I know what that's from. Middlesex, I've read. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I read it and I suggest it. I thought it was a phenomenal read. I read it last November. I think it's been like a year. November, December, something along that. I read Oryx and Crake. Couldn't tell you anything about it. I remember owning it. I think I got a used copy. I remember reading it and feeling nothing. So I got rid of it. I don't remember the book at all. Perks of Being a Wallflower, I've read multiple times. Pictures of Dorian Gray, I've read. I want to reread it. Portable Dorothy Parker, I just finished. That was recent. That was probably like February. It was good. I liked it. She's funny. She's brilliant. She's cool. Pride and Prejudice, I read and didn't like. Don't come at me. I've seen the movie 1,000 times, the 07 movie, and 06, 07, something like that. I own the movie. I love the movie. I think that's why I didn't like reading it. It's because I knew what was going to happen. I've read The Raven. I don't know what other poems I've read by Edgar Allan Poe, so I'm going to leave that blank. Rebecca. Ooh, if you're looking for Rebecca's good. It's an easy read and it's really good if you're looking for something to read. A Room of One's Own, I've read twice. I read it physically years and years and years ago, and then I listened to the audio book of it, and I hated the audiobook, so I think I need to reread it physically. I own it. I'm going to reread it. I have read The Secret Life of Bees, and I've seen the movie. Slaughterhouse-Five, I read recently, and it was not what I anticipated. I feel like I've read The Story of My Life by Helen Keller. I'm not going to click it because I can't swear it on my life. Streetcar Named Desire, phenomenal play. I read it and then I watched it, like a rendition of it, I guess, movie of it, whatever you want to call it. So good, so good. I highly suggest it. I read it for a class actually in college, and I kind of want to reread it. It was so good, so good. I don't have all this time. Why am I saying I'm gonna read? I want to reread a lot of books. To Kill a Mockingbird, I've read like 1,000 times. That is such an overstatement, or an exaggeration. I've read it like twice, maybe 3 times. Tuesdays with Morrie, I read that in like high school. Wuthering Heights, I've read, but I'm going to reread. because I want to reread it before that new movie of it, new experience of it comes out. And then The Year of Magical Thinking I read recently, and I really enjoyed that. Oh wow, that's not great. Okay, so I have read 44 of the 339 books. That puts me at 13%. Oh, this makes me feel better. You did better than 70% of users on this list. I did better, but I didn't beat the average score of 51. Rude. 7 books. I can knock that out. I was so agitated. I didn't think it was going to be that low, considering the fact that I like randomly picked up books from this list for like years now. Okay. Come with me to fix that, actually. I've got a challenge for myself because this is ridiculous. 7 books. I can do that. I want to be at least average. If you did the list, comment below. Let me know how you did. And also if you are a Gilmore Girls fan as well. I had fun. I may be a little agitated, but I had fun. And now I gotta go pick up some books. I will see you in the next one. Bye!